Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Paul, aka the guy with the vision to look into the timestone and tell you the 14 million different things that will be happening in Wandavision. Well, maybe not that many, more like 10, but they're good ones, I promise, and throughout this video we're going to be breaking down the best fan theories centering around the Disney Plus show. I'm going to be talking about some stuff that was said in the reviews for the first episode, so if you're one of those people that doesn't like spoilers whatsoever, then I don't know why you're here, as it's all that we do. Anyway, if you are still here, thank you for clicking the video. Now let's get into the breakdown. Okay, so according to the early reviews, Wandavision actually picks up immediately as the two enter the pocket dimension that Wanda has created. This was shown in the opening of the trailer, and it's meant to disorientate us and basically throw the audience in at the deep end so we're intrigued about what's actually going on. This will obviously keep audiences guessing from week to week, and though the answer is obvious, who helped to create this pocket dimension will become a big driving force, I think. Now I think that this alternate reality will have been built with help from Agnes, who may actually be an entirely different character altogether. Fans of the Marvel comics will of course know Agatha Harkness, a powerful ancient witch who originates from times before even Atlantis sank. For millennia she's existed and has helped witches throughout the centuries. Scarlet Witch doesn't really have many standout villains from the comics, but her and Agatha have clashed at several points. I think the name Agnes is a hint towards fans that she's gonna cause aggro for their character, eh? Now from the trailers it seems like we don't really have a villain properly in place, and I think that this will fall on Agnes before Wanda ends up defeating her and becoming the big bad herself. Ultron did say that she would be the one who tore the Avengers apart, and it has been said for a long time that the madness in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will indeed be her. There are also rumours that Doctor Strange will appear in this series. I think if he's showing up, it's obvious that she's caused some issues. In Infinity War, he very clearly defines his role as protecting this reality, douchebag, and Wanda causing problems with this will, in my opinion, transform her into the villain. She will fight against everyone to keep this reality in place, so that she can be with the sex toy with Vision. He's not a machine, he's a person. But how exactly is Vision even alive? Well, we did see in Endgame that long deceased characters were able to return through the use of time travel, which created branched realities and alternate dimensions. Now this does open up the opportunity for Wanda to have pulled the Vision that we see from another timeline. However, I think that he will actually be a completely new version of the character, and this is why he seems confused over his death. And I think that we will follow him trying to unearth exactly what happened to him throughout most of the episodes. This will sort of add a RoboCop aesthetic to the show, and I predict that it will be revealed that Wanda actually manifested the entire dimension along with most of those in it, which we'll get into in just a bit. So Vision will be completely created from her reality bending powers, and this is why the Mind Stone still exists, though it won't possess the powers that it had in reality. Vision was always completely overpowered in the MCU, and thus depowering this slightly means that he can face challenges in the future that have real weight to them. Now on top of this, I think Vision returning opens the door for other deceased characters, and I think that we will be seeing Aaron Taylor-Johnson's Quicksilver throughout the season. Similar to Vision, I can also imagine that he will be unaware of what happened to him, and he will sort of be a shell of the person that he used to be. If you watch the Disney Plus Marvel Legends shorts that were released over the weekend, then you'll have noticed that they brought a lot of attention to both Pietro and Wanda. I think this was done on purpose, and it's to hint to people that watched it exactly what's going to be coming up in the show. We also learned that Evan Peters will be in the show, and though I have seen it posted that he will be Mephisto, I actually think that the character will also just be a version of Quicksilver from an alternate dimension. Going forward, it seems like the next phases in the MCU will be highly focused around bringing across alternate versions of characters, and this is why we see the back of Lady Loki in the trailer for his Disney Plus show. I think the MCU is gonna go far beyond that, and several of the characters that we know and love will get alternate versions to them based on the things that have come before. This is why Andrew Garfield, Electro and Dr. Octopus are returning for Spider-Man 3, and from what I hear, we can actually expect to see alternate versions of big characters, which it sounds pretty crazy. Now it's a bit of a side tangent here, but from what I've heard and the crazy rumours I've been sent, there's actually going to be Tom Cruise playing Tony Stark in an alternate dimension at one point, and Joaquin Pheonix will also appear as Doctor Strange. All rumours though, yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. Now, I think this will be how the X-Men come across though, and it will allow for actors from the already established Fox franchise to drop in. Thus I think that Evan Peters' role will be Quicksilver himself, and that he may even end up playing the main MCU timeline one and becoming a permanent fixture after this. This bringing back figures from the dead also allows Ultron to become a possibility, and though I do think that's probably unlikely, hey, the door's always open. Now, Wanda bringing people back from the dead in alternate universes will of course cause a lot of havoc, and outside of this pocket dimension we'll be introduced to Sword. I know this was shown in the leaked images, yeah, and I'm an idiot, yeah. Just let me have this one victory please, just this one time. Now, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. were very much about tackling problems on Earth, whereas Sword tend to go beyond that. It will be interesting to see if characters like Daisy and Coulson are brought across to the MCU, but we do know that they're sending in Monica Rambeau, who we last saw as a kid in Captain Marvel. Now, we did see in the trailer that she got thrown out of the dimension, and since then the TV spots have revealed that she's trapped in the facade of Wanda's reality. If you know the characters from the comics, then you will be aware that she actually becomes a superhero known as Photon, and I predict that the show will introduce her powers and abilities at some point. It's even possible that, when she was hurtled out of the reality, that in breaking the barrier between dimensions at such speed that she was given some powers, but that's probably a reach. She did get thrown out of it really fast though, and land without a scratch, so who knows, something may have happened. Now, what this also leaves the door open to is that Wanda can create people with incredible abilities. The X-Men and mutants in general are coming to the MCU, and personally I think that they will set up the latter before bringing them all together in the school for things going forward. The Legends show put a big emphasis on this being an age of miracles, and hey, we know the X-Men are coming across at some point, so why not start to introduce mutants in the show? Wiccan and Speed are of course appearing as her children, so things are slowly starting to slot into place, and it just makes sense for them to lay the groundwork here. If you've read House of M, then you'll know that it ends with Wanda saying no more mutants, and I think that this will be slightly reversed in the show, with her actually creating them and unlocking the Mutant X gene in several people across the planet. That book ramped up to the massive Avengers vs X-Men arc that is probably one of my favourite Marvel stories, so if they can start to set that up here for the climax of the next phase, then I think it'll really get fans invested. Anyway, that's the predictions and theories, and obviously let me know if you agree, disagree, or have even better ones. As a thank you for interacting with the video, you'll be entered into a prize draw in which we're giving away 3 copies of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings 4K box set to our subscribers. All you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is like the video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on the theories. If you want something else to watch, then make sure you check out our breakdown of what exactly is going on with the 3 Batmen that are in the DC right now. We go over Robert Pattinson's role, Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, so it's definitely worth checking out if you want to know more. It's on screen now, but if not, thank you for sitting through this video. I've been Paul, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.